So for my first experiment for the Spice Rack Revolver, I wanted to experiment with different spices. So first up, I wanted something light and leafy, like these basil leaves. Next, I tried something heavier, like this garlic salt. And finally, I wanted to try something light and powdery, like this paprika.
So my plan to propel the spices is to use regular compressed air. I'm just using a can of regular computer duster here to propel the spices down the barrel of the revolver. So out of PVC, I made this mock-up of what the barrel might look like. This is a T with a hole on top to load the spices, a outlet here for the spices to be fired, and a cap on the end here with a hole drilled for the nozzle of the compressed air can.
And here are a couple slow-mo shots I took with each of the three spices. First with a quarter teaspoon of each spice, then with half a teaspoon. Pretty pleased to see that all three fire fairly well, and I think in the end a half a teaspoon is closer to the desired effect, so that's probably what I'll have for the load size.
One of the experiments I wanted to run was trying to put an additional barrel on the end of the outlet here to see if that would help focus the spices into more of a steady stream.
So here we see that same half teaspoon paprika shot followed by a half teaspoon paprika shot with the barrel on. I think it did help straighten things out a little bit.
So I was noticing I wasn't really getting the force I was hoping for, so I tried some testing without this end cap on here. Just putting the air directly in there to see if that would help.
So I realize it's not totally clear from this shot, but I definitely did feel and hear a lot more power after removing that cap.
I think there were some pretty positive results. I'm not really sure why this end cap is hurting. I think maybe it has to do with I drilled the hole in the center so the air is not hitting the spices that are sitting on the bottom. So I tried boring this hole out a little bit more so I could aim the compressed air down at the spices to see if that would help.
That still really didn't do the trick, so I might go without the cap or try a different shape. If anyone has any ideas of what might be causing that issue, I'd love to hear.